Welcome everyone to a casted game for Zerospace, and today sporting in the southeast corner of the map, playing in blue, we've got Soap, playing as the Legion. And battling against him today, spawning in the northwest corner of the map, playing in green, we've got Cho, playing as the Grell. Welcome everyone to Coastal Outpost. As always, I hope you're all having a great morning, maybe a good afternoon, who knows, maybe even a good evening. Hope you're doing fine and dandy. We're going to be up for some hopefully intense Zerospace action today. The 1v1 ladder has been heating up. Now, of course, this game was played during the free-to-play weekend, which is, of course, now long gone, but it's still pretty cool to catch up on the games. And, you know, we can't get enough of Zerospace. It's looking such a good game at the moment, and under continuous development, so things are just going to keep getting better. We've got two abilities for the Dread Hero here with the Grell. We've got Shadow Walk, as you can see, went a bit, you know, kind of stealth there for a few seconds, and then also has a Sticky Bomb. It's actually proving to be quite a popular hero at the moment, and also is able to actually traverse the terrain pretty nicely. Can go up and down the cliffs without actually, you know, having to go around them. Pretty cool. Either way, Inquisitor's coming up in the north, actually taking out the mercenary house, which is pretty huge, and maybe even looking to start denying the Harvester. No, the Harvester will be fine. Maybe the second base expansion potentially doing some damage here. Kind of crazy how aggressive the Inquisitress has been for the Legion. Dread Hero coming back, and should be able to push that away. Inquisitress does teleport out. Oh, the Sticky Bomb does get deployed. He actually deploys two. One hit, one didn't. We'll hit the Inquisitress, but the Inquisitress should be okay. And the Sticky Bomb, as you can see, does a lot of damage, also stuns the unit. But what this has allowed to happen is the Dread Hero to take a couple of the critters, get a bit of Hexite that way. But of course, has to rebuild that Dread Mercenary outpost. So it did lose a bit, you know, of resources there. And maybe a bit of tempo as well, because possibly could have wanted to have spent the resources that he has on some units. Either way, second base expansion already up and running here for the Legion. Triple barracks as well. As Grell has only just been able to put down their root colony for the expansion. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel recently, and if you have, I would ask for a really cheeky favor, completely free by the way, but it will really help me out. So because this is a relatively new channel for me, you may know that I'm really much more of an Age of Empires forecaster, but I've been enjoying Zerospace so much that I've set up this new channel, right? So what I'm hoping to get is up to 1,000 subscribers as a goal by the end of the year, by 2025. That would be huge because, well, then it just shows that we're actually growing, and hopefully I can make it as a Zerospace caster. We'll have to see. You know, I've got lots of commitments with Age of Empires 4, but Zerospace is looking phenomenal and I'm really enjoying it. There's lots of early, like, kind of mechanics to be aware of. As you can see, we already had the hero battles and a couple of things there that have changed the outcome or kind of trajectory of the game somewhat. But the heroes don't overwhelm, right? They're important, but they don't take over the game. So it's not like a MOBA in that sense. So we've got plenty of units already on the field. They're going to be, you know, playing a role in this. Now, granted, the Legion are a faction that do depend a bit more on heroes because they can get up to 3 on the road at any one moment. Although they have to obviously, you know, get there in the development of their economy. Now, Dread Rover's coming out for the Grell with the Dread Hero doing a bit of harassment here, but he's going to have to back away. It just feels like the Legion have too much, right? Because they went for the early base expansion and also managed to get 3 barracks, so he's been able to pump out units. And to be fair, the Legion do this quite well. They're quite swarmy as a faction, especially once they get their talents. Now, if you're new to Zerospace, the talent system, the way it works, so you've got these control towers. You can see we've actually got 4 of them on this map. You get control of them, you get valuable experience, XP points for short, and then you can convert that into talents. You've got choices of talents as well, so you can, you know, customize the way you want to play the game. And speaking of talents, the first ones are already in. We've got, for the Grell, we've got Bionourishment, which is 50% extra healing and life regeneration on the grass. Now, I know you can't see that on the tooltip. Unfortunately, the way that the UI is that on replays, the portion that's covered there by the grey bar is where they actually give a bit of a spoiler in terms of the duration of the total game. And I don't want to give that away, right? So just had to cover that. Either way, the talents for the Legion will be reused equipment. Thralls refund 25% of their cost on death. It's really nice to recycle that you know, Hexite. Enables them to really replace units quickly. Now, the Grell have gone for a bit of a cheeky base in the northeast, which I don't think the Legion are aware of. But he's under a bit of pressure here. I think maybe Soap might be try and do some significant damage here. Now, there's a decision to be had, right? Because it looks like he's actually going for the root colony. Now, the Grell do actually retreat back. They teleport back with one of their top bar abilities. Does Soap go for the extractors? Does he go for the root colony? Or does he go for the units? That's the big question, right? And it looks like he's kind of going for a bit of a mix. It looks like he's going for the units, although, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably prefer that he went for the extractors to do some eco damage, but it looks like he's really going for the units, which is understandable. but I don't know if he's going to be fully able to clear this out. We shall see how much damage he'll really be able to do. I think go for one of the extractors. There we go. There's one extractor gone down. And to be fair, it's getting a couple more of these exalted, these rhinos. Now, it does have a Guardian Obelisk here, the Legion, as well to add to the fight. Oh, the Grell's actually going to be infusing one of the units, or 3 of the units. It's actually looking a bit disastrous here for Cho. I've got to say, it's going to lose maybe another extractor potentially. Quite likely. There it is. That's the second extractor going down. In fact, he's lost 3 so far. And he lost the Root Colony. This is absolutely huge damage coming out for the Legion. Now, behind all this as well, Soap has actually been able to get 3 of the 4 control towers. So he's going to be getting those talents a little bit quicker. Although the Grell have got their second talent already chosen. And it will be Flourishment. That will be 50% faster building construction for the Grell. Now, Harvester on the Rich Flux, which now Soap will be looking to challenge. And yeah, I mean, Cho's been hit hard early on in this game. We'll see how that manifests. And bear in mind, he is still on second base, though, to be fair. Which is certainly helpful, which Soap I don't think he's aware of. So a nice bit of cheeky play there by the Grell to be able to achieve that. I was actually be able to infuse some of his seedlings into Skrellings, I believe. Aero unit, as you can see, not particularly strong, I don't think, but no real anti-air here for the Legion at this stage. He's going to need some of those ranged thralls if he wants that. But he's got all 4 control towers. He's got his second talent, free Harvester, and also 10% extra flux income. Nice little boost there for the Legion, especially considering they're pretty heavy on the flux income. They need it for all sorts for a lot of their units. Now, bear in mind, there's a bit of animation weirdness with the Skrellings. Aerial units are a little bit awkward still in Zerospace on the replays, but look at it, it's a game in development, so I'm not really too bothered about it. I just love the fact that these units look so good, and so do the terrain. Maybe developing or putting down a Guardian Obelisk to keep control of this tower. So the Grell will be expanding once more, and the Legion have got a third base of their own, so he's slowly scaling his economy here, Soap, to try and keep up the pressure. Now, it's going on the west side, maybe to get a bit of a raid here on the west side. Now, there is a Harvester here to be taken. Oh, okay, no, for a second there, I thought maybe you're spotted, but no. Soap is not quite aware of that. So we'll take down the Harvester. Bear in mind, for the Harvester, they do respawn, but if you kill an enemy Harvester, you do get a couple of resources. So the Grell heading back home to fight this off. He's infusing a couple of these rovers. So Sticky Bomb gets deployed one of the Armored Thralls. Now, it does split the Armored Thrall away so that not all the units get stunned, right? Because there's a stun with the Sticky Bomb. So if you're quick about it and you don't, you get it on an enemy unit and the enemy unit doesn't move away from the rest of their army, the whole army that's in the circle ends up being stunned. It's pretty big, actually, as it happens. Could really turn a fight. Speaking of fighting, well, there's a couple of ranged thralls now on the field. And he does have them upgraded. So he's got charged shots. So every 10 seconds, an attack deals 100% extra damage. 100% is no joke. Looks like the Grell, though, starting to get on the map after being under the pressure in the early stages of the game. He started to find his footing. He's got 2 control towers, and he's going to pick up another Harvester, though, here, the Legion, which is very, very nice. Of course, Cho has been pretty greedy in terms of going for the rich flux, so he's lost a couple of these Harvesters. Wait, is he going to spot? Oh, I'm not sure if he spots that. That would be absolutely huge if he did. He sees it. He knows about it. He must see it now. He's going to go for it. That's the question. Going to go on top of the ramp. No, probably a good fight here for the Legion overall. Goes for one of the rovers. Sticky Bomb gets deployed. Carpet attack comes out for the Inquisitress. Now, the weird thing is that half the units for the Legion are attacking the economy, half are actually taking the fight, so it's a little bit awkward. But it feels like maybe Soap just has enough. A couple of these Stingers heading into the fight. But he's still got a decent number of units here, the Grell, but he's fighting off the Dread Hero. Dread Hero is going to be a little bit cautious. Got to run out there, I think. Try and focus on as many of those units as he possibly can, but there's not a lot here for the Grell. I suspect he's going to lose his position. Because just goes straight for the Dread Hero. The Dread Hero surely goes down. It does die. That means the Legion are going to have a really good economy advantage when this goes down. Now, the question is for the Legion, now that he's got a bit of an upper hand, does he look to just make more units, be more aggressive? Or does he double down with his economy and get a 4th base, potentially? Quite a few thralls on the field, I've got to say, on the west side, getting control towers as we speak. Now, the 3rd talents are in. Portal Obelisk for the Legion. Unlocks the Portal Obelisk, of course, and also increases the duration by 50%. Now, what the Portal Obelisk does is pretty cool. It actually spawns thralls, so if you're in a pinch, or you just want to double down, make more units, it's pretty good to use. Improved infusion coming out for the Grell, so 200 range extra for infused ranged units, and 20% extra health for infused melee units. Could come in handy because he's going to need those units. If he keep, I think he took away the road colony. That's pretty huge. He's going to have to try and get out of there, and he does recall those units. So really good pickoffs there by Soap. He has been on fire in this game, and you know, of course, Cho is by no means out of this, but he's under a bit of pressure. Speaking of extra base, yeah, that's exactly what the Legion have done. Gone for an extra one. Now, Sticky Bomb gets deployed. This could be a massive stun on all these units. I think it will. Yeah, it's going to stun the whole army. That's huge. And that allows all of these things to get a wraparound. Reaver charges on in. This is a huge fight, and it's definitely going the way of the Grell. He clears that up. What a huge ability from the Dread Hero to clear that up. And he brings himself back into the game here, Cho. That was a huge move, and that changes the game entirely. Because now the supply, he's ahead. The Grell, and he's going to be really doubling down. Now, this is his go time. Sometimes you have moments like this in Zerospace where the game just changes, and that was one of them. Now, the Legion went for a cheeky base in the northeast, but after losing that fight, he doesn't have that many units. He's going to try and protect it with the Guardian Obelisk, but it's going to be a tricky one. Does have the Inquisitress, a couple of units being infused. Reaver charges on 3. In fact, there's 2 of them. And this is surely a fight again that the Legion are going to lose, and that's pretty huge. So there's quite a few Thralls now coming from the south, so maybe not. That is a lot of Thralls. Reaver's going to be hard to break through. They are super tanky. But with this number of units, he might be able to. Reaver's about to charge on through. Getting right on top of these Thralls. Sticky Bomb gets deployed, but it's not going to really hit too much. Now, if he could get rid of the Reavers, he'd be in a decent spot here. But these guys are tanky, so they're holding things. And this is buying a lot of time for the Grell, actually. The Grell have expanded once more on the west side of the map. So that's going to build his economy. And he's going to be starting to bridge this gap for sure in this game. He won't want to lose his whole army, though. To be fair, it probably won't be. He's going to win this fight. Now, the Legion are keeping army back at home just to protect the 4th base, so he needs to consolidate here a little bit here. It does have an altar, so it does have Krieger. There's the second hero. He's also got Gallivaks, actually, so he's actually got all 3 heroes here. Soap. It's a really nice way to play as the Legion, rather. Gallivaks uses the Fireball ability. He does split off the ranged Thrall, gets absolutely decimated by that Sticky Bomb, but at least this time his whole army isn't stunned and it doesn't get torn to shreds like it happened last time. 3 Reavers now. Now, some of these are infused. Now, talents are in. Improved speed for the Grell, 12% extra attack and movement speed to all units. Really solid upgrade there. And they got an extra 50% energy regen for the Legion, and also a 30% reduction in the ability cooldown, which is great for the heroes, of course. A couple of Thralls here. Going to be going down. Bear in mind, the Grell are going to have control of all 4 towers for those talents. That's a lot of Thralls, though. Krieger comes out with his shot. Reavers might charge on through. Here comes the Tree of Life. The ability comes on as one of the ultimates for the Grell. Allows units that have died to spawn once again. And it's a really good snowball mechanic. Not huge, because bear in mind, you have to work hard to get to this position, right? And I love that about Zerospace, that, you know, it's slowly measured, but the more advantage you get, it does build. And there are moments like this where actually the Tree of Life really works out for him. And, well, it's a nice choke point, though, for the Legion, because he's got lots of range units, right? But the Reaver charges right on through. And this could be a problem. Gallivaks comes out with a Fireball. Looks like the Grell don't have many units, but what they do have are premium units. So it looks like he's going to have to chop through these Reavers if he can here. So, to get through. But these Reavers are just doing so much damage, as you can see. Another Sticky Bomb. And he's also got a couple of Stingers added into the fight. It really helps out. And the Thralls are pretty much in open space, so this is a... I feel like it's a relatively even fight, because of course you've got the defender's advantage for the Legion, but he's got to be careful, because he might be starting to be overrun. The Tree of Life actually really helping out in this fight. There's no doubt about that. Krieger trying to get a shot off on the Dread Hero, but he's still holding firm. Good number of Thralls coming on the west side, but these Reavers, they're so tanky. It's going to be infusing one, so going to be drawing up a lot of the shots. Now we do see the Legion Radiant as a new unit for the Legion. We've seen a game recently and how good it can be. We're seeing it again, so maybe this is a way back here for the Legion. After suffering quite big damages in the last 5 to 10 minutes, it feels like maybe the Legion are stabilizing. Having said that, he's starting to lose some heroes. He lost the Inquisitress there, I believe. He's going to be putting down those sandbags, which will help protect, but, well, I gotta say, the Grell have recovered incredibly well. Cho is on 4 bases. Here comes a couple of Reavers. Oh, we see the Behemoth We've not seen too much of that in this playtest, but here we are now. As I said earlier, I'm not sure if I mentioned actually, the aero units, the animations are a little bit awkward, but as you can see, it's kind of floating backwards. In-game spectating is obviously not like that. It's very, very smooth and solid. You know, the replay system, the fact that we've got a replay system is a big deal already. So just bear that in mind. Zerospace is still at relatively early, you know, stages of development. So this game is way ahead of what I thought it would be. Here's the behemoth, and it has been infused. The sacrificial site comes out now for the Legion. Gallavax with the fireball ability, going to get a lot of damage here. And this is an absolutely huge fight, but it looks like the Thralls should be able to pretty much take it. I mean, the Gallavax abilities have been absolutely phenomenal today. And the Behemoth, probably going to have to hightail it out of there. So for the second time in the game, maybe the Legion are starting to get a bit of control. It looks like maybe with the economy for the Grell, they're going to be well prepared to try and defend any push that's coming on the way. There is another talent coming up for the Grell. It's going to be that units can be infused a second time. Now, I believe that's actually pretty new, so that's pretty cool to see. I don't know if we'll see it today, but infusing a unit twice could be huge. Gallavax with the fireball ability once again. And the sacrificial site, as you can see, has been deployed. So it's not a position where the Grell want to fight. He does back away. And so does the Legion, to be fair. Looking to get the control towers once again. He's got 2 to his name. Has expanded quite massively in the northeast and in the southwest, which the Stingers now are aware of. So it looks like the Grell is actually heading in that position now to challenge that. Gallavax comes up with a fireball, so he's going to try and take down a base. And this probably will go down pretty quickly just by sheer number of units. The Grell, though, they are starting to group up to take a fight. Oh, that's got to be the double infuse, surely. These behemoths are absolutely huge. It looks like it. He's pushing forward with Stingers for that front line. A couple of Reavers too. And yeah, Soap doesn't really want to take this fight just yet. Does have a couple of these Legion Radiants, but he's going to recall most of his units. Although these couple of these Exalted will be caught out. So good fight there. A couple of units will go down for the Legion. Maybe the Grell getting a bit of a momentum again. 17 minutes on the clock, and well, they're going to be pushing in the northeast. So the good thing for Cho, he has solidified, and he's going to start taking bases now. He's still relatively behind on economy. Soap is just floating a lot of resources. What's really interesting about this game state at the moment is that Soap with a decent population, he could take some fights, and the big deal is that if he does lose his army, he's going to be able to reproduce and rebuild that army very fast. Gallavax does the fireball thing he does. Inquisitor's going to help take out that root colony. Some really good structural damage. Now bear in mind the Grell are actually only on 2 bases, so this is pretty rough. Cho's got to do some damage, right? He's starting to fall behind significantly. He does have some Dread Raiders as mercenaries, and it feels like the Grell will die quicker than the Legion will, I imagine. Have to see, because it's not over just yet. He might recall. Yeah, he's going to recall the units as they go back. I love the animation, by the way. So it brings back the units, so we'll be able to defend that main base. Gallavax with the fireball as he does retreat. Stingers trying to chase on. Reaver's going to charge on through. This could be huge. Will we see another sticky bomb potentially? Oh, Tree of Life coming in. This could be massive for the Grell. Huge positioning on the Tree of Life. New units spawning. The ones that died anyway for the Grell. This could be a huge cleanup. The Legion are going to lose so many of their units. Massive explosion comes out for the Behemoth. And this is absolute chaos. The Legion are going to lose all this army. Soap down to 85 supply. And he's going to have to recruit. He's going to have to recover. But that was a huge fight once again there for the Grell. No doubt about it. And he's going to pick off the remaining of the Legion Thralls. And there's so many Reavers, would you believe? But bear in mind, Soap still has a really strong economy. He's got so much Hexite in the bank. It just needs more production, you feel. I mean, these have got to all be producing by now. But he needs to replace this army. He needs to replace it fast. 5,000 Hexite floating at the moment. Now, the Grell are starting to expand once again, but he's had a lot of eco damage, right? So it does feel still like the Legion are ahead, despite the last couple of fights. Soap has to find a way to spend his resources. He's floating a heck of a lot. But once he does, it could be problems for the Grell. I think he might be supply blocked, potentially. He's going to need a couple more. I'm not sure if he realizes. I think he may not realize that he's supply blocked, potentially. I can't think of any other reason that he'd be floating all these resources. Got a couple of Legion Radiants now going on the west side. Maybe he has mass-produced those idle conduits and somewhere they're just waiting to be built. There they go. I think this is it. No, these are barracks, actually. Is it a spectator bug? I'm not too sure. Either way, that's a lot of units coming in for the Grell on the right side. Gallivix goes down. This is a bit of a sticky situation, but he's going to reclaim his units here. Cho, bring them back home so he can defend this push that's coming on the left side. Here is that push. Reavers charge on through. This is another decent fight for the Grell. This is looking pretty dicey for the Legions, down to 92 supply, but I think he's figured it out. We can see the supply numbers are starting to climb and build up again. Going for the armory. This is a big fight for the Grell, potentially coming up. He needs to take a decisive fight if he can. They can take the control towers once again, so now he's got resource control as a talent. The control towers now generate Hexite, as well as Flux, by the way. It's quite a nice way, if the game goes to a super late game, that you've, mined out all the bases, then you can go for the control towers with that upgrade, that talent. You still have a trickle of resources. But look at the unit numbers for the Legion now, really starting to build up. He's got to be getting that army in position here, because here comes the fight for the Grell. Dread Raiders, Reavers, Behemoths. Now, if he can take the idle conduits, that's going to be a big problem. We've seen the Legion actually suffer with the population. Look at that, supply is actually maxed out 150. He's got actually 195. That's because he's lost a couple of the idle conduits. Now, we've got the Dread Flamers added to the fight here for the Grell. Lovely unit for them. So Slipper Shore is going to be pushing. It feels like maybe the Legion are grouping together. That's a lot of thralls though. Take a look at that. That's going to be hard to push down. The Monolith gets spawned. Here comes some Terror tanks. In fact, there are 3 Terror tanks in this fight. Now, they aren't upgraded. They don't have the turrets on them. Gallivix uses the Fireball ability. Sticky Bombs. They come out on those thralls. A huge fight. But it feels like the Legion should be able to hold. Tree of Life comes out. That could change things. But the Legion, if they can take out the Tree of Life, that will be putting him in a good spot once again. Feels like they're starting to swarm. He's got the defender's advantage as well, of course. So all these units popping out new from the barracks, added to the fight really quickly. Behemoths are trying to run away, but I think he's just going to commit at this point. He does. But those Behemoths going to go down. That's a big chunk of that Grell army. And now he's super exposed. He doesn't have the resources to rebuild, of course. The Grell have been under so much pressure. Have lost so much economy throughout the game. And he doesn't have a bank of resources to build on and build another army with. Now, with this supply difference, it's going to be dicey. Soap should be in a really strong position. And Magic's going to push on through with these thralls. 3 Terror tanks. He's going to go for the west side first. Take out these expansions. It'll be tricky for the Grell to hold. He's going to try and hold with Stingers, a couple of the Rovers, and a couple of new Behemoths, right? But these are not upgraded. They have not been infused. Reaver Trump charging on through. That's going to be infused, but it's suffering some damage here for sure. Now, Sacrificial Site comes out for the Legion. Reaver charges on through, but 4 Terror tanks now for the Legion. With that number of Terror tanks, if they are being upgraded, that's going to get even stronger and stronger. Reaver probably is not going to be able to hold on here. Does have 2 Behemoths behind this, but that's pretty much all that lays in between the Legion and the Grell bases. And I imagine once those 2 go down, it could be curtains. Now, it does have a couple of sandbags, which certainly help. Buys them some time here for the Grell. But will it be enough? That's the question. 2 sticky bombs to try and stun those thralls. Now, a lot of those thralls are stunned, but look at the 4 Terror tanks behind this. Absolutely massive fight. And I don't think there's going to be a way back for the Grell. We'll have to see. It's holding on for now. The Inquisitor's just going a bit further forward. Going to try and get a couple more sandbags here, it seems. There they are. They're deploying. It's buying time. That's all it's really doing. But if he can buy enough time to build up an army again, maybe there's a way back. But he's got to get that army fast. Got a decent amount of Hexite coming on in. To be fair, he's actually getting more Hexite being mined here, the Grell. But the trouble is, the existing standing army for the Legion is so strong. And we do see some turrets now. The turret platforms for these Terror tanks. Pulse Forge Accelerator to make the tanks really, really good. He's starting to push on through. And he's only down to, what, 4 bases, the Grell? 1 down in the southwest. Bit of a cheeky one. He's starting to push on further forward. He's got a couple of these Dread Flamers holding on. But 200 supply versus 59. We're probably just waiting for the GG because there's so many Terror tanks. 2 Behemoths still remain. But I think when these 2 go down, possibly he's going to resign and call it quits. He loses the tree. Going to go for a couple more sandbags. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. GG gets scored. I hope you guys enjoyed this casted game for Zerospace. If you did, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Take care and see you next time.